Hello, everybody. It's been, almost a week since we've chatted. So I've missed everybody. I'm sitting out here on my porch enjoying this fall day. I've been to town and stopped by the post office, and I stopped and recorded some more video of some creeks. We have some beautiful creeks around here, and I've already done, I think, two videos with poems, and I'm thinking about doing one more to complete my what I call my creek videos. So yeah, and I took some photos of some other stuff I'm wanting to do some poems about. So I've had a pretty nice morning so far, which is probably almost 2 o'clock. It's been a busy day. And so I come out here and sit out on my porch, and it's really windy, so my hair's all over the place. But when I was out in town, it blew it all over the place too, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So what has everybody been up to since I talked to you? I can't even remember. It was last week sometime when we chatted. I'm trying to think what all's been going on since we chatted. See, over the weekend, let's see. Oh yeah, I went to a farmer's market over the weekend on Saturday. I was all geared up for this farmer's market, and I was actually going to do a lot of filming. And when I got there was hardly nobody there. So let me do a disclaimer first. I'm on my porch. There's going to be traffic because every time I get on my porch, somebody comes by. I can be out here all day long and not want to do a video, and nobody comes by. So I really tried to start this video before, and UPS guy showed up. And then my neighbor, he's working in his garage, and he's got big diesel engines, and you could hear them all over the holler. And then he started an old, what I call a clunker truck across the road up. And I said, I don't know if I'm going to get to do a video or not, but I'm going to go ahead and roll with it and do it. So whatever happens, we're all just going to have to deal with it, right? So anyway, so I was telling you about the farmer's market. So I went out Saturday to the farmer's market, and they really advertised this because it was going to be the last farmer's market of the year. And so I thought, okay, that means there are going to be a lot of people out. Well, I got there, and there was about 4, maybe 5 people at the most out. And there was no produce, no vegetables. I mean, this is a farmer's market. And so I was really disappointed because I was going to get some fresh produce or vegetables and everything. But there was a table set up. There was a girl. She had some crafts there. So I looked, and she had some hair bows. And I've got one in today, if you can see it. It's fall color. And she had a basket of hair bows, and she said, well, those are only like 50 cents. I said, okay. So I thought, I'm going to buy something from her anyway, since it was the last farmer's market. And, I like to support local crafters. A lot of times, they don't travel. Most of them don't travel like to craft shows and things like that away. And, they just do the local ones. And so I didn't know if she would, be doing anything else this year. So I went through her basket, and I found maybe 3 or 4 like fall hair bows. So I'm going to wear them for this fall, and a couple more things that she had on the table. So I believe in supporting, your local crafters and your local vendors. So yeah, and I think I hear another car, and I do. But like I said, we're going to roll with it. And so Sunday, I spent most of Sunday off and on recording. Pre-recording my series of stories, that I drop on Fridays. And so I wasn't feeling the best Sunday, so I had to keep recording some of them over and over. But I finally got, several, recorded, so I'm going to have some stories, already recorded. Yeah, so I did that. And I just like to thank everybody for, all the comments that you leave on my stories. I have some really great people that make comments. And I've had a lot of new people that's joining me too for my stories. And I really appreciate everybody that's new that's been joining me. So yeah. And so yesterday, I went to a doctor's appointment. I call him my shoulder guy. He probably doesn't appreciate that since he's went through probably 12 years or so of, training to be a doctor and everything. But I just call him my shoulder guy. So I thought I was going to get an injection on my shoulder, but I didn't. They didn't have the ultrasound machine in the office. They were sharing it with another doctor. So that's small town life for you. They have to, excuse me, my voice is giving out again. But anyway, they have to share their equipment. So he apologized and everything, but he evaluated my shoulder and stuff, and he said that he would like to try me on a new medication that's only been out for, I think, since about January. So it's not anything that you stay on long term or anything that you take every day. It's when you have like flare ups. And so I told him, okay, I would try it since, it's not anything I would have to take all the time. And so I took one, well, I had to take two, and then one every 12 hours just for a couple of days. So, which I slept last night without waking up with my shoulder. So I don't know if that's just, a fluke or if maybe it's the medication, but I'll know in a couple of days. So we're going to try that medication out. And I go back in 2 weeks, and he's going to evaluate my shoulder again. And he will have the ultrasound machine there. So if I need a shot, he can go ahead and give me one. And so we're just going to try that. And then he has something new. They have a new series of shots out that they're trying. He says insurance doesn't pay for them. And so we're going to talk about that. They're not really expensive. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go there or not. I'm just going to see how I'm doing when I go back in 2 weeks. And if he wants to give me like my regular shots, I may, take one of them. We're just going to see how it goes. So I don't know. Time will tell. So yeah. And like I said, I stopped by the post office and I had fan mail. And I really, appreciate everybody sending me mail. I don't expect anything at all. If you just want to drop me a card or just a little note, I would love that. But as far as buying anything, no, I don't expect that at all. But I did stop, and I'm going to show you what I got. Let's see. I got a letter, actually. Well, let's see. This is from Old Mike. About everybody knows Old Mike from Living Me, or Old Mike Living Better. So I'll put his link in my description. If you haven't visited Old Mike's channel, you really need to. He is so inspiring. He inspires like all the new YouTubers, but especially people that are getting older to start a new YouTube channel. And Mike's philosophy is, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. This is on the back of his envelope. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. But that's his motto, or his tagline, or whatever you want to call it. And he is just the sweetest person. So let's see. So he sent me stickers. And this is his I don't know what you call it, his whatever he writes letters and stuff on. I've got brain fog today. But yeah, I've got one of his cards that says, if you ain't dead, you ain't done, with his, the code on it. So I really love, I'm going to print me up some cards too, or make me some cards, because I was out to the doctor's office yesterday, and the nurse was talking to me. She said something about watching YouTube videos to learn to sew or do something. I'm not sure what she was talking about. And I told her, I said, I've got a YouTube channel. She said, you do? I said, yeah, I do. And I told her, what it was, but I forgot to, when I left, I was supposed to write down my handle or whatever you call it, and I forgot to. So like I said, I have to go back in 2 weeks anyway. So I'm going to print up some cards and take one to her, and maybe one of the other nurses, and maybe even give my doctor one if he's interested. So yeah, but anyway, Mike sent some stickers, and it says, old Mike says, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. And they look a lot like him. And I love these stickers, old Mike, if you happen to be listening. And these are a couple more stickers from old Mike. So I really appreciate old Mike for sending me these stickers. I'm going to put them on. I got a couple black cups that they would be great to put on so they would show up. So yeah. And let's see what's in this Amazon box. I opened the box, the top of it, but I haven't really looked inside yet. So you guys get to see me open it. So it's upside down. Let's see. Oh, there's two things in here. Oh, those rural Danish butter cookies. Everybody loves those, or I don't know about everybody, but I do. Do y'all love these things? These are the best butter cookies ever was, and I love these with my tea. to drink with my hot tea and just a little snack. And I got two of them, and this is from Faithy. She is the one that sent me the tea. I think it was last week I was showing you my fan mail. So she sent me two of these. She wanted me to have these with my tea. And Faithy, thank you so much. Faithy, you need to stop this. You're doing too much. But I love you, Faithy. You know I love you. But she sent me two of them, and I love them. So when I get up in the morning, I'm going to have my tea and these little butter Danish cookies, or Danish butter cookies. And I'm going to think of you, Faithy, when I have them. Thank you so much. Like I said, Old Me, from Old Me Better Living, thank you for the stickers also. And I'm going to put his link. Like I said, most everybody knows who he is, but just in case you don't, I'm going to put his link in my description, and everybody needs to go and visit Old Mike. So yeah, so I think I have chatted enough. Like I said, I've had a busy day, and I need to get back in there and fix my supper. And but I had been sitting out here too, just writing some poem ideas for my creek and another place I stopped at. I'm just writing some ideas down while I was sitting out here on this beautiful fall day. I'm taking advantage of my porch sitting while I can. It's a little cool out here and windy, so I brought a sweater out in case I needed it. And so I'm going to go back in. Like I said, I've been out here for a little while, but it was nice chatting with everybody. And thank you for listening to all my rambling. Sometimes I just ramble on and probably don't make any sense. And if you stay to the end, thank you. I know some people don't because I guess I'm boring. But anyway, but the ones that do stay to the end, thank you so much. And remember Friday, a new story drops Friday. And if I don't get to talk to you anymore this week, I hope you have a blessed week, no matter what you do. And I will talk to you next week if I don't get to talk to you anymore this week. So have a good day, and bye-bye.